15 powerful psychology tricks to make anyone romantically obsessed with you. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to make someone feel more drawn to you without forcing conversations, over-texting, or pretending to be someone you're not. You'll learn how to use emotional contrast, specific compliments, mystery, and calm confidence to become the person they keep thinking about. These are practical psychology tricks you can actually use. And the final point shows you how to stay magnetic without needing their validation. 1. Make them feel emotionally seen. What makes someone start replaying you in their mind? It's not flattery, it's recognition. Most people listen while waiting for their turn to speak, so the person across from them still feels alone inside the conversation. The powerful shift is to notice the feeling underneath the words. If they say they've been busy, don't just say, "That sounds stressful." Say, "It sounds like you've had to be strong for everyone lately." That lands deeper because it names the emotional truth. This is where romantic fascination begins. People don't become attached to someone who impresses them once. They become attached to someone who makes them feel quietly understood. 2. Use warmth, then space. Ever noticed how chasing someone can make them pull away? That's because constant availability removes anticipation. The mind needs room to miss you. This doesn't mean playing cold games. It means giving genuine warmth when you're present, then returning to your own life without panic. Reply with care, enjoy the moment, then don't hover for reassurance. That rhythm creates emotional contrast. They feel good with you, then they feel your absence. And that's when the question begins forming in their mind. Why do I want more of that? 3. Become associated with calm. Why does calm confidence feel so attractive? Because romance isn't just excitement. It's nervous system safety. If someone feels tense, judged, or tested around you, attraction turns into pressure. But when your tone is steady, your attention is relaxed, and your reactions aren't explosive, they feel their guard drop. That creates a rare kind of pull. So slow your speech. Don't rush to prove yourself. Let silence exist without filling it. This is one of the most underrated psychology tricks. Make your presence feel like a place their body can exhale. If you understand this part, comment, "aware." Let's see who's done trying to impress and ready to become unforgettable instead. 4. Give specific compliments. What kind of compliment stays with someone? Not the obvious one. Anyone can say they're attractive. That's pleasant but forgettable. The compliment that gets remembered is specific because it feels earned. Say, "I like how your mind jumps to unusual connections," or "You have this way of making people feel included without performing." Specificity tells them you're paying attention to who they are, not just what they look like. And when someone feels admired for a detail most people miss, they start wondering what else you see in them. 5. Let them invest. Have you been trying to make someone like you by doing everything for them? That often backfires. People value what they invest in. If you're always the one planning, texting, reassuring, complimenting, and carrying the emotional weight, they become the receiver, not the participant. Invite investment gently. Let them choose the place. Let them help you with something small. Let them ask questions before you reveal everything. When someone contributes to the connection, their mind starts treating it as something they're part of building. 6. Create private little rituals. Why do inside jokes become so addictive? Because they create a world only two people share. A repeated phrase, a song, a coffee order, a playful nickname, or a tiny tradition becomes emotional shorthand. It says, "This belongs to us." That's powerful because romance thrives on shared meaning. So don't force grand gestures. Notice what naturally repeats between you and give it warmth. Bring up the joke later. Remember the small detail. Turn ordinary moments into a private thread. This is how someone begins to feel that being with you has its own atmosphere. 7. Stay slightly unfinished. Ever told someone everything too quickly and felt the energy fade? Mystery isn't about being fake. It's about pacing. If you reveal your whole story immediately, the mind has nothing to reach for. Let someone discover you in layers. Share enough to create closeness, but don't overshare from anxiety. When they ask about you, answer honestly. Then leave a little room. A person becomes romantically curious when they feel there's more beneath the surface. The goal isn't to hide, it's to let attraction breathe. 8. Mirror their emotional tempo. What makes chemistry feel effortless? Often, it's rhythm. If someone is playful and you become overly serious, the connection stiffens. If they're vulnerable and you stay jokey, they feel exposed. Matching emotional tempo means meeting the moment they're in. When they're light, be light. When they go deeper, slow down and meet them there. This doesn't mean copying them. It means showing emotional intelligence. And when someone feels you can move with them, they experience you as rare, because most people only know how to stay in their own mode. 9. Don't audition for love. Why does trying too hard weaken attraction? Because audition energy says, please choose me. Magnetism says, I'm here, and I'm also whole without this. The difference is felt instantly. If you over-explain, over-text, over-give, or agree with everything, you train the other person to feel your need instead of your value. Hold your preferences. Say what you actually think. Let small disagreements be warm, not threatening. Someone becomes more drawn to you when they can feel you're not abandoning yourself to win them. Let me know if this part is hitting deep. Comment steady if you've ever felt more attractive the moment you stopped overreaching. 10. Create emotional peaks. What do people remember after a date or conversation? Not every sentence. They remember the emotional peaks. A moment of laughter, a surprising question, a pause that felt intimate, a bold but respectful compliment. So stop trying to make every minute perfect. Instead, create 1 or 2 moments that feel alive. Ask, what's something you wish more people understood about you? Or say, I like how different you are when you stop trying to be polite. Those moments become mental bookmarks. They're what the brain returns to later. 11. Make desire feel safe, not pressured. Why does pressure kill attraction so quickly? Because the moment someone feels managed, persuaded, or cornered, their defenses rise. Desire needs freedom. Show interest clearly, but don't demand a matching response on your timeline. Flirt, then give space. Be direct, then stay relaxed. If they hesitate, don't punish them with coldness. That balance is powerful. It says, I want you, but I don't need to control you. And that's often what makes someone lean closer. 12. Let them feel chosen, not captured. What's the difference between romance and possession? Choice. If you want someone romantically obsessed in the healthy sense, they need to feel special without feeling trapped. Notice them, but don't monitor them. Appreciate their attention, but don't act entitled to it. Say things that make them feel selected, like, I don't connect with people this easily. Then let your behavior prove it through consistency. The emotional hook is not control. It's the feeling that being near you is both exciting and free. 13. Become unpredictable in positive ways. Why does pleasant unpredictability create attraction? Because the brain pays attention to novelty, not chaos, not mixed signals. Positive unpredictability. Send a thoughtful message at an unexpected time. Suggest a date that isn't the usual dinner routine. Reveal a skill, story, or perspective they didn't see coming. The key is to surprise them while still feeling emotionally steady. That combination is addictive, safe enough to trust, interesting enough to keep wondering. 14. Leave them feeling better about themselves. What feeling do people secretly chase in romance? The version of themselves they become around someone. If they feel funnier, calmer, more attractive, more understood, or more alive with you, they'll crave your presence. This is the deepest psychology trick here. Don't just try to be impressive. Help them feel impressive. Laugh when they're genuinely funny. Notice their courage. Reflect their strengths back without exaggeration. People don't get romantically fixated on perfection. They get attached to the person who wakes up a part of them they want to keep feeling. 15. Stop needing obsession. What's the final trick most people miss? The strongest pull comes when you're not begging to be unforgettable. Want connection? But keep your center. Obsession fades when it's forced. Attraction grows when it's free. Romantic obsession doesn't come from gripping tighter. It comes from understanding what creates pull, what creates pressure, and what makes someone start thinking about you when you're not even there. Because once attraction starts building, it rarely stays hidden for long. It begins slipping through in small reactions, nervous habits, changes in posture, and tiny physical choices the other person doesn't always realize they're making. And that's where the next layer becomes impossible to ignore. Emotional attraction can be hidden behind careful words, but sexual attraction often shows up through the body first, in what someone touches, how they adjust themselves, where their hands go, and what they do when they're trying to look calm but aren't. So once you understand how to create romantic pull, the next thing to learn is how to recognize when that pull has become physical. The next video breaks down the subtle body language signals that reveal when someone is feeling more than just emotional interest.